Right across the top this month, you may be turning down someone's advances or someone's offer of a cup of something that brings you joy and fulfillment, something that stirs your emotions, something to do with emotions. You feel like you have enough on your plate, or, so you're turning it down, or you feel like this is not satisfactory to your liking. This is not something that you're interested in. You may feel like a little bored with this offer. It's like, no, I'm not really interested in that. I don't want that. No, thank you. Thanks, but no thanks. That's what that feels like. And for some of you, this is like you missing a blessing. You're not seeing a blessing for what it is. I'm picking that up for somebody. You may not be seeing some sort of blessing that's coming through and recognizing it as that. And I don't normally explain the card in this way. And by the way, for those of you who don't know me, I don't read tarot cards, necessarily exactly the way that, it's taught. I read very intuitively. I follow spirit. I follow my intuition. I follow the messages that I'm giving during these readings, okay? So this feels like a blessing that's coming through, and you don't see it for what it is. You don't recognize this as a blessing. You think it's something else. The Strength card is here in the middle, and the Six of Pentacles is in reverse. During this month, you may need to, pardon me, you may need to, kind of like a little moisture in my chest. You may need to gather your courage to do something. Get the courage to do something, get the strength to do something. You may even need to tame your impulses or tame your temper. There may be something else that you want to do, and this is why you're turning this down, because you're trying to get the strength and the courage to do this other thing, or to go for this other goal or endeavor or interest that you have. But pardon me, you're not quite sure whether or not the payoff will be worth you moving towards this, because the Six of Pentacles is in reverse. So you're not sure whether or not it'll balance out, whether it'll be like a fair exchange of something monetary, of monetary value. It can be, this could be some sort of business deal that you're going through, this coming up. This could be something pertaining to your personal life that needs to be, balanced for both parties, or, many parties like involved. This could be in the workplace, but there's uncertainty here about the outcome, and it's like you want to go for it, but there's uncertainty here. Will you run up against a brick wall? Will you lose in this? Will the scales tip in the favor of one person more than it does the other? Will it be unfair and imbalanced? Will you have to give more of yourself than you receive from this exchange, from whatever this means to you? Will you be putting out more than you will be receiving? Does somebody feel this way about you? This could be someone else. Will it force you, this exchange? Will you have to compromise that balance and fairness that you would like to be known for, that you've built your integrity on? Will you have to compromise that to go for whatever this is, and someone else loses because you have to give more of your time, more of your money, more of your, advice, more of your assets, more of yourself to one thing or one person than the other? Interesting. I want to take a closer look at this when I come back to it. Okay. Over here in your love and relationship section, Four of Swords. Again, this is resting. You're sitting at a tree resting over here, turning down this offer, and you're resting with different people around you. There may be a conversation going on here between you and some other people. So it's like, maybe you and family members, you and a spouse, significant other. You may be taking out a break in a relationship, or discussing taking taking a break to discuss which way the relationship is going to go, and taking a pause for the cause, or maybe even just a hiatus to get some things together for yourself. And you're discussing it with someone else involved need to know that maybe you want to take a break. You know what, I'm just going to take a break. I want to take a vacation and just be by myself. I have some things that I'm trying to get together inside my head, and I just need a little space. I need a little time apart. This may be a discussion that you or someone else is having, because right next to it you have the Nine of Pentacles and a Star card. So maybe somebody, you want to take a break and be single, just, do you for a while, follow your endeavors, follow your dreams, your hopes, your passions. Maybe you need to break away from this person or this situation, with whatever kind of relationship this is, because it will require you, doing this, whatever the star means to you, will require you to kind of step away, step away from this situation, and just have like focus, because you have some endeavors. Or maybe you're going to be like out on stage in some way, out on display in some way. Well, I hate to say display, but like, out in the spotlight in some way. And some of you just need to rest and heal from a situation with the Star card, healing. Just kind of, focus on building your money, focus on building your assets, independently. Okay? This is what I'm getting for somebody. And somebody is single and you're just focusing on yourself, focusing on getting your dreams, achieving your dreams and desires, your aspirations. Focus on healing for yourself. This can be about a relationship you have with yourself, a connection that you have with your higher self, with you, getting yourself together, self-development, okay, self-healing. And that's good. Many of us do need to have relationships with ourselves. We need to be our own best company. Sometimes we need to be our own best friend. We need to follow our own advice sometimes, listen to ourselves. Can you dig it? All right. For some of you, you got the Four of Swords again. Needing to take a break and do absolutely nothing. Just take a break from work. Take a vacation. Time to just daydream and think about what you want. And there's something that you do want with the Knave of Cups. There's something that you want to go for. There's something that brings you joy, that brings you passion. This is like the Page of Cups. Something you want to start out with. This may be a startup company. Getting in on the ground floor of a company, or venturing off, doing something totally different than what you normally do, but it's fulfilling. It's something you always wanted to do. Some of you, somebody's in does something with the radio, like podcasting or something like that. Someone has some kind of radio show or show that you do where you interview people, talk to people. I'm picking up like podcasting or interviews, like some sort of channel or something. You maybe interview in front of a camera. Somebody's doing that. Somebody's doing something with radio talking. Somebody's doing that, and it's relaxing. It's something that you enjoy. It's something that gives you like a sense of escape. And I don't know why I'm picking up radio or broadcasting, podcasting, broadcasting. Somebody's doing some it's something with communications here. Somebody's doing something with journalism, but not like on a big scale. It can be professional blogging or something like that. Something to do with like social media, sort of behind the scenes, where you toggle between going behind the scenes and being in the forefront. Or maybe you want to transition over from being behind the scenes to more out front, where people can see you, and you can see them. That may be something that you want to do. You want to step out, you want to come out to the forefront You want to come out to the forefront with something. You want to come out to the forefront with something. You don't want to be behind the scenes forever, but right now you are like taking a break, and maybe you need to like really think about it, because doing something when it comes to a career or business behind the scenes is a lot different than being in front of the camera, being in the forefront. It's different. It's a different vibe, different responsibilities, different ways of communicating and connecting with people. Somebody's shy, so that shyness may be holding you back, and you may need to kind of rev this up and really think about it, because that would entail you building up courage and confidence to break out of your shyness. Maybe this isn't what you're doing here right now with the podcasting and radio stuff, and TV and video and making videos and doing journalism, where all of your stuff is seen, and people in your visual, people can see your work through social media and your writing, or however that works. Maybe this is something that you're contemplating doing, making this transition, and this isn't what you're totally doing yet. This is what I'm getting. And I don't know why I'm picking up all of this radio and communications. Maybe someone has a communications degree and you'd like to use it. Or you're thinking about going to school for, communications or journalism or something. And I know this is very, very, very specific. Trust me, this reading is not going to resonate with everybody. Maybe a small few of you it will. And for others it won't. You'll be like, what the hell is this lady talking about? I don't do any writing. I'm not interested in writing a book and being in social media and stuff. I'm a retail manager. I don't do writing. Something like that. I'm in the retail industry. I'm not writing. I'm not on the radio. But and of course, this is a very general reading, so if it doesn't resonate with you, it's okay. Maybe another reading will, perhaps at another time, or one of the other videos may better resonate with you, depending upon what sign may be strong inside of your chart. Energies around it. Just depends. It depends, but it's okay. It's all good. Let's clarify a few cards here. Let's clarify why the Six of Pentacles is in reverse. Okay. I'm going to use my best friend's Oracle card, brand new Oracle card deck she has. Okay, and it's called Real Life Oracle. I started using this in January. They came out in December, actually. And I started using this for January's readings, and, I had gotten pretty good reviews. People liked them, And if you like what you see and you want to place an order for yourself, or for your clients, if you do readings, please contact me through my email at tarotbysummer@gmail.com, and I can show you how to get your hands on a deck for yourself, and to also get some savings that will be good through the end of February. Okay. Spirit, can you tell me why the Six of Pentacles is in reverse? Can you tell me why the Six of Pentacles is in reverse? Can you tell me why the Six of Pentacles is in reverse? This has to do with a child, or it can be something very small, but this is a child. It can be, let's see what else comes up. Give me one more for Six of Pentacles. Why are people calling me while I'm doing this reading? Somebody's trying to call and get through, but they'll be all right. Yep. Hold on. One more. Oh, a lot came out. Oh, do we want all of this? Let's see. We've got child, breakup of a marriage, a marriage or relationship that involves a child. It's like family, child, breakup of a marriage. Someone may be sick. Then there's sickness, there's death, there's chaos, and like all of these other crazy cards. And there's grieving. These are the cards that wanted to come out. Someone may be going through something in their life, okay, and you or someone else has concerns that, turning something down or moving forward with something, getting the strength to persevere will cause like a disruption in the household. There'll be imbalance in a relationship or marriage with the child, with the family. Okay, a child and like a breakup of a marriage or breakup of a couple. Okay, you're concerned about that. Somebody's concerned about that. Let's kind of put this over here. And I feel like you're concerned that somebody's going to get sick. This is more like concern and fear for me. Anxiety, because you're projecting what's going to happen toward the future if you make moves and gather the strength to do this. You're concerned. It's like you're thinking worse of the worst. It's like pessimistic thinking. You're thinking the absolute worst. You're thinking that somebody's going to get sick and die, and then there's going to be chaos. Chaos and grieving, like storm warnings and grieving. That's what this is coming from. This is coming from like a lot of fear that you have. You or somebody around you has a lot of fear. Or maybe maybe you or somebody is running a guilt trip on the other person. Pardon me, I keep coughing a little bit. Somebody may be guilting you for moving on. Oh, Pisces, you shouldn't move on, because if you move on, it'll disrupt this happy household. The children will suffer, and then we'll break up, and I'll get sick and die. And, there's going to be storm warnings. All of these things are going to come ahead, and I'll be grieving. Because to me, this is like a lot of drama. And it's like somebody's telling a story, and it just gets worse and worse and worse to maybe try and keep you there, keep you to take this offer. But you're like, I don't really want to do that. I just kind of want to go on, be by myself and just be solo. And either this is your fear, or this is someone projecting their fear onto you, giving you the worst case scenario of everything. All of the things that could go wrong to stop you from moving on, to stop you and make you stay. Even if you feel like a situation is unfair for you. And people do that. People can pull on the grave and make you feel like, oh my God, if you leave me, then I'm going to suffer. I'm just going to die inside. I'm going to get sick. Somebody could be feigning sickness. I'm so sick. And I have leprosy, and just giving you the worst case scenario of everything. I got a diagnosis for leprosy. I've got leprosy and bronchitis and asthma, and I may even have like some sort of brain tumor, and they're just giving you pouring it on with the drama and guilt, because they don't want you to. There's something they don't want you to move forward with and do that you may need to fulfill for yourself. And you might be kind of tired. You might see it coming, which is why you're kind of like turning, like, please don't do this again. Let's not talk about this anymore. I really don't want to do this. I've made up my mind. And then you kind of get the courage to move and kind of turn your back away from this, because you feel like this is going to come with drama if you take this other cup. So you just may need to, I don't want to deal with all the drama. Please stop feigning with all of the sickness. Somebody's saying that. Stop with all of the emotional drain. And this may even be like a temporary breakup, like a small breakup. Not necessarily a breakup, but like a small separation, because there's something that you need to achieve. Something that you want to achieve, something you want to do for yourself and your life. And everything kind of ties in together. It's showing up, the same thing is showing up here within this section. And this is solo, going out there and, becoming a star, following your goals and aspirations and dreams. Over here, really wanting this and planning to implement these things. And, this can be like a minor, literally a minor separation, but more like a physical separation than a total separation of a couple. This might be like temporary, but somebody over here is like really pouring it on thick. Oh my God, I'm gonna be sick and I'm gonna die. And what if I die? What if you leave and then I die? Or somebody died. Somebody gets into some sort of accident on the road through a snowstorm. And then I'm gonna grieve. I'll be grieving if something bad happens to me or you. You know, I don't mean to laugh and make fun of this, but these things are, these are things that really happen. I'm just being honest. This is what this feels like. This doesn't feel like something that's gonna, all of these bad things are gonna happen because you have some goals and things that you'd like to accomplish. I don't feel like you're gonna bring all of this bad luck and grief and death and sickness and all of this stuff. It's drama and guilt. That's what that feels like. Because it's telling, and I picked up these cards that they all came sliding out together, and it's telling a progressive story that just gets worse and worse and worse. That's drama. Starts out small at one little thing, and then it builds up, and then all of the crying. Somebody's crying, Woe is me.